This week, Parashat Behar. The Parasha starts with the Torah talks about Shemitah, and Torah is telling us that you have to keep Shemitah. What's Shemitah? In other words, Torah says 6 years you should plant and do whatever that you're doing in the land and gather all of your crops, and 7th year, Shabbaton Yeroret. It's have to be rest, complete rest of land. No, what's the rest for? Nowadays also, every agricultural engineer knows that 1 year they have to rest the land. Why? Because they believe that the land loses all of its nutrition and needs new nutrition. Shabbat la Hashem. But Torah says, no, don't forget. This Shabbat is not for the land. It's for Shabbat la Hashem. Shabbat la Hashem, Rashi says, L'Shem HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Hashem says to rest because this is for Hashem to promote ourselves that year for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Put that year for Hashem. A person should not plant, and 1 yard you should not prune. In other words, you Shabbat Haaretz for everybody should be eating equally. So if you have, let's say that if you have a field, you plant grain, you cannot plant grain on that year. If you have trees, apple trees, orange trees, now you and anybody else are the same. You are not the owner. You are not owner. What is that for? Chinuch says that shows that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is the owner, because we possess our property so much that we feel we are the owners, and everything belongs to us. And that's the greatest test for a person that feels that things belongs to me because I earned it, I made it. That's the greatest lesson in his life, because he cannot obey the Torah properly with that. Because once you feel that you're owner, not Hashem, now why should I give tzedakah? Let him work. Why should I do this? Why should I spend on this, spend on that? Therefore, a person becomes very stingy. But you have to understand, the money belongs to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And whatever that Hashem gave you as a pikadon, Hashem is giving your hand to use it properly, to use it the way that HaKadosh Baruch Hu said. You are a shaliach. Rich people have a great responsibility with that money. Nobody should be jealous of rich people, because rich people, has millions of dollars. For every dollar he's responsible. He has to spend in the right way. He would give din v'cheshbon after 120 years. If he would know what is prospecting him after the death, he would not keep all of this money. Because to be responsible for all of this money in front of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, what did you do with your money? I gave you, it belongs to me. Did you use it the way that I wanted to? If any dollar that you didn't use properly, he would give din v'cheshbon. Anything is not very right in this world. Yeah, but Hashem is very justice. Hashem knows what He is doing. And don't be jealous of rich people. Just the opposite. As long as we have whatever that we need, we should be happy and very good. Don't think that the money brings bracha. Money, I have a rabbi for many years. All the Rabban, everybody says, we haven't seen yet money brings happiness in life. We have seen a lot of times, many times, that the wealth brings fight, brings shalom, brings disaster, recipe for many misery in life between brothers, between father and son, between a lot of people. But we never have seen that makes shalom and peace. Therefore, Torah is putting special mitzvah in Torah. Say there is no ownership. Everything belongs to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Like the Mishnah in Rabbah says, Sheli Shlachem, V'Shlachem Shlachem. That is Chassidut. Mine is yours and yours is yours. What type of business is that? When mine is yours. If mine is yours, they will give me your house. What do you mean mine is yours and yours is yours? No, he's telling us, I don't own anything. It's ownership by HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Mine is yours is yours. Because I should use whatever that I have in the way that HaKadosh Baruch Hu tells me to respect you. Therefore, really, this belongs to you if Hashem says that I should do that. The money that I give tzedakah, it's not Like the Amir says, from your hand I give it to you. Not that the person says that I worked so hard and I made the money, now I give it to Hashem. Oh, it belongs to Hashem to begin with, and you give from Hashem to Hashem. Now, when you are doing, it's a privilege. HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave you that privilege, that you should be the one to give the money of Hashem to Hashem himself. It's a privilege that we have. Not that I earned the money, now I give it to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. A lot of times when people have something, says, Rabbi, maybe I gave a lot of tzedakah. I don't know why this happened to me. You know why this happened to you? Because when you gave the tzedakah, you made a business deal with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Hashem says, I'm not for business. You don't give this to me because of this. You give to me, not first the owner. David HaMelech tells us, what should you think? Everything belongs to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shemitah is the year to do that. Now, Torah says, if somebody doesn't keep Shemitah properly, he feels that he's the owner. Hashem says, what? You feel you're owner. Torah says, you can sell your stuff. Be careful, you understand? When you sell, you have to be careful. Understand what's going on. Why does Hashem do that? If you do teshuvah, goes back. If he doesn't teshuvah, then he has to sell his land. He does teshuvah well. He doesn't teshuvah, next parasha, he has to sell his house. That's the teshuvah well. He doesn't do teshuvah, then he has to borrow money with ribbit and interest. And interest goes high and high. Then he has to sell himself. Who does he sell to? A Jew. Then he becomes more poor. Nobody is there to buy him. He sells himself to a goy, to work for a goy, and that's finished. No. Then he has to sell himself again. He sells himself to Avodah Zarah. Not to do Avodah Zarah, to cut wood and draw water. Now, why this punishment, the last punishment, and Torah stops? Why is it like that? Why is it the last punishment? Still, there are more punishment worse than that. Torah stops here. At the end of the parasha, that's it. The Eker Mishpachat Ger, he sells himself for Avodah Zarah. See, the punishment of Torah is not taking revenge. Any punishment in Torah is to be metaken. Like Zohar HaKadosh says, it's olam tikunim. The olam, the world is for tikkun. Hashem wants to fix us. Hashem is not taking revenge. Hashem is not a cruel person. Hashem is educating us. Now, it's very interesting. Imagine somebody didn't keep Shemitah 25 years ago. And he went through this process. After 25 years, he sells himself to Avodah Zarah. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is telling him, see, in the first place, when you didn't keep Shemitah, really, that was Avodah Zarah. Why didn't you keep Shemitah? Why? Because you felt it's my money, I made it. That's Avodah Zarah. Because if you feel that I made it, not Hashem, it is thinking about Avodah Zarah. What's Avodah Zarah? Avodah Zarah is an idol. We don't attribute things to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. When we don't, in other words, Torah is such a beautiful point. Torah is making you be educated. Torah is saying that 25 years ago, it wasn't just beautiful money. It wasn't just a mitzvah. It was a shortage of Avodah Zarah. And what's the right education? To project to a person what he did wrong, to fix up yourself. What you did wrong 20 years ago was not that you were greedy and you just needed money, more money. It was root of Avodah Zarah. Because if you would have felt that things come from Hashem, it belongs to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Now, if it belongs to Hashem, Hashem says rest. Now, if I go against Hashem, never and ever becomes better. If a person feels that he goes against Hashem, he could make any money, anything would happen. When any bracha comes, that's the wrong road. He is on the route of Avodah Zarah. It's not Hashem. Yes, it's impossible. How is it possible? How could the mind justify you go against HaKadosh Baruch Hu and you progress? How does it happen? It's like 2 minus 10 is 1,000. 2 minus 10 is not 1,000. It can't be. It can't be. It's the illusion of reality. There's no reality into it. It has to be very clear. This parasha, Torah makes it very clear. Why am I emphasizing so much? Because the tests outside is so great that if we don't understand this reality, it's impossible to stand the test. If I say honesty is a good characteristic to have, it's good to be loyal, to be honest, forget it. Nowadays it doesn't work. Deliberately, a person would decide not to be honest because the Mussar test is so great that the person steps on honesty and loyalty. What's loyalty? What's honesty? I need the money. The greed is so much. Therefore, Torah in this parasha is giving us such a big yesod in life. If a person understands that everything comes from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and Hashem gives it, that's a much easier way. You're going to be safe. You're on a route that's safe, get to destination. Other routes, very dangerous, slippery, and the person doesn't know where does he end up. Therefore, Torah is telling us, on the other contrary, on the other hand, when we feel it's from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, then Hashem is with us in every moment, every step of life, every money that becomes the money of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Money of Hashem is not just the money, like the Torah says, the bracha. Yerushalmi says, any door that brings kosher money, the medicine would not come to that house. See, Yerushalmi is the promise of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Hashem is saying that if any money that comes to the house is the proper money, kosher money comes to the house, then what happens? The medicine will not come. Petach shepatcha the truth, the emet, lepatach le asya. Doctor will not come, medicine will not come. Therefore, that's the opposite. When we do properly, we do that things. HaKadosh Baruch Hu would give us a bracha. All of the Shemitah is to give us the ownership of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and through that, we get the most blessing of HaKadosh Baruch Hu for ourselves, for our community, for all the Hadith.